So my Pecha Kucha is about the aspect of business in the world of professional sports. Many people don't realize that after about the highest level of collegiate sports, they basically turn into a business, and they aren't really about just having fun anymore. It's a little known fact, and it's kind of sad, but it's just how it is. Alright, so first I'm going to give you a little background about each league. So first I'll tell you a little bit about the NBA, the National Basketball Association. The National Basketball Association is a little bit different than the other leagues because players have a lot of leverage, and just having one superstar on your team will make you financially viable for about 15 to 20 years. All right, so next up is the NFL, the National Football League. The National Football League's done something that no other league's been able to accomplish, and that is basically own a day of the week. Pretty much any given Sunday during football season, you're going to know at least a few people watching football that day. So Major League Baseball. So Major League Baseball, much like the NFL, is kind of a team brand game. Getting one individual player is not going to make you financially viable for a long time, but having a strong team brand will make you financially viable for a very long time. All right, so this is Mark Cuban. He's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. So basically, what an owner does is it's usually a very wealthy person, and they go and buy a sports franchise for usually over $1 billion, and they're in charge of making the financial decisions and whether or not to relocate, rebrand, or anything like that. All right, so where does the money come from? A lot of the money comes from TV deals, like for instance, ESPN just signed a deal for over $2 billion to broadcast games for the next 9 years for the NBA, and many have cited this to be the reason for the recent downfall. All right, so another form of revenue is from ticket sales. If you look at the stadium, it's nearly sold out. And if you think about it, there's about 40,000 seats a stadium. The cheapest ticket's around $20. And if you sold 40,000 the cheapest tickets, that'd be $800,000 right there. So typically there's over $1 million in ticket sales in one night. All right, so the third type of revenue that I'm going to talk about is from merchandise sales. Merchandise sales for a team can be anything from a jersey, like Kevin Durant's wearing in this photo, or it can be golf balls with the team logo on it, a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, really anything that has to do with the team. All right, now I'll jump into the world of agents. You might recognize this agent as the recording artist Jay-Z. He is also an agent and part owner of a basketball team. Basically, what agents will do is walk a player through his negotiating for a contract and make sure they get the best deal possible for the player. All right, so I'll tell you a little bit about TV personalities now. On the left here is Skip Bayless, and on the right is the late Stuart Scott. They are both very successful TV personalities, and they have what would be called a debate or opinion show on sports networks, and that business is still booming today. All right, so Fox Sports One. Fox Sports One is another channel, kind of like ESPN, where all they do is show sports 24 hours a day. And Fox Sports, unlike ESPN, has been trending upwards and should probably be the number one sports network in the next 5 years. All right, next I'll move into sports gambling. Sports gambling is typically done in Las Vegas if you are doing it legally. This is what a typical sports book looks like. It has all of the lines, the money bets, everything that you'd want to know before you place a bet on a game or on a team. You basically walk in, place your bet, and then come back after the game to cash in your ticket if you win. Okay, so I referenced illegal gambling on the last slide. So 96% of sports wagering is done illegally through offshore betting websites. This number's been increasing, and not really anything's been done about it except for the world of daily fantasy sports, where those have been more than less shut down. All right, you might recognize this boxer as Floyd Money Mayweather. He has been notorious for gambling over $1 million on one given game. He was also in a fight with Manny Pacquiao, which was one of the most wagered events in sports history. All right, so now hopefully you have a brief understanding of the business of sports. A lot goes into it, but definitely the most important thing is money. Without money, we would probably not have all the sports leagues that we love, and there probably wouldn't be the NCAA that would provide opportunities for young students like us. Thanks.